This week,
the latest orchestra concert,
an update on spring sports,
an inside look at prom court,
all here on the MWHS Wildcat News.
Welcome back, Wildcats. I'm Caitlin Reynolds.
And I'm Caden Roth. Last Thursday, the orchestra put on their capstone concert in the auditorium. The show was an opportunity to perform a student-composed piece and rehearse the songs they will be taking to districts. Brenna Batchelder and I have more details. On Thursday, April 15th, the orchestra gathered in the auditorium to perform their capstone concert. After rescheduling the performance, the group got the opportunity to present the songs they would take to districts, and even a piece composed by a junior within the orchestra.
I think it went pretty well, yeah. There's always a few things to fix. One of the things I try and tell the musicians is that if you are a good musician, you're never satisfied with the performance. But that doesn't mean that you didn't produce music. And also, it's very, very rare to ever see a perfect performance. And so I try and stress that a lot with them, the idea of being musical. And I think they made music today. It may have not been always so technically correct in some spots, which we have some time to work on the district music contest stuff. But overall, I think that they connected, they played music, and they put it out there on the stage and left it.
The impact this group of seniors had will leave an impression on the following classes and even the teacher who watched and encouraged them to grow.
You know, hanging out with them for the past 4 years and just becoming sort of a family of sorts and just making good memories along the way, just overall.
Along with it being the seniors' final concert, junior Riley Rath was presented with the opportunity to work with his peers to perform a piece he had composed over the course of a year.
I would say the most rewarding part of this was probably when I put it in front of the class for the first time and I got all of their feedback after we played it through. They saw it was like, wow, this is really cool. Like, we've never played a piece by before. And then they start playing through it, and after, we played through the first movement, and everyone was like, wow, that is awesome. And it was like, that makes me feel so good to know that I wrote something and my classmates are enjoying it.
Zaleski encouraged Rath's work and was there as a resource while composing and getting the piece concert ready.
I don't want to say I helped too much, which is true. I didn't do too much there. I acted kind of like a sounding board, and we kind of started off by doing sort of composition lessons of sorts. And so he would have an idea, he'd bring it to me, I'd throw kind of like what I would do with it, maybe point out a few things that would be better. And then when we decided we were going to actually perform something, and I had to take on that role of more practicality with as the one person who's actually have to teach the thing and think of the orchestra and what they can do and what they can't do.
This concert proved to be monumental for the departing seniors and the rest of the orchestra. We wish the orchestra luck as they take on districts. This has been Brenna Batchelder and Caden Roth reporting for the MWHS Wildcat News.
2 weeks from today, Host will be hosting their third and final blood drive of the year. You can sign up for the Jim Johnson Memorial Blood Drive with the link in the daily announcements.
We only have about a month remaining in the spring sports season, so for a look at how our teams are doing, we're going to turn things over to Miguel Perez-Reyes with Sports Corner.
Thanks, Caden, and welcome back to Sports Corner. We're more than halfway through the spring season, and these teams are making their final push towards districts and state. Last weekend, the baseball team competed in the Metro Tournament. Evan Vasil and I attended the games and recap how the Wildcats did.
Following 2 straight losses to Omaha Burke and Millard South, the Millard West baseball team looked to turn things around in the Metro Conference Tournament. Their first matchup set them up against the Omaha North Vikings. An explosive first inning put the Wildcats up 10-1 after just 1 inning. Their offense didn't slow down as they cruised to a 26-2 victory with the benefit of 26 hits from 14 different players. The next day, the Wildcats took on the Westside Warriors. This game was much closer, with Millard West even trailing at a few points. Down 6-7 going into the bottom of the 5th, the Wildcats strung together a 3-run inning headlined by an RBI triple from senior Avery Moore, his second triple of the game. The Warriors would push across one more in the 6th, but get shut down by Wildcat closer Mason Cook in the 7th to send Millard West to the semifinals where they'd take on the Elkhorn South Storm. Again, the Wildcats got on the board early when junior Corey Kozat's RBI single drove in Maddox Fleck as part of a 2-run first, but Elkhorn South was able to answer with 2 runs of their own in the bottom half of the inning. A strong pitching performance from Sam Novotny kept the Storm scoreless while the Wildcats added runs in the 4th and 5th innings to go up 4-2. Novotny struggled more in the 6th, allowing the Storm to take a 1-run lead. Since Cook had thrown the 2 previous days, he was unavailable, so the Cats brought in senior Tyler Spreitzer, who managed to get out of the jam without any more damage. The Cats tied it back up in the bottom of the 7th on an RBI bunt single from Kozak. This gave the Cats more life, but they were unable to push any more runs across as they stranded runners on 2nd and 3rd. 2 hit batters and a single loaded the bases for the Storm in the bottom half of the inning, and a balk from Spreitzer would allow the winning run to score, sending Elkhorn South to the tournament championship, where they would get demolished by Creighton Prep 18-0. Although the Wildcats would have liked to make it farther in the tournament, the wins they got played a crucial role in turning around their skid.
Since then, they've beaten Gretna 8-1 and Millard North 10-1, and beat Lincoln Pius X last night. The girls' soccer team has won 6 out of the last 8 games, including a 3-0 win against Omaha South. They took on the undefeated Gretna Dragons last night at home and lost. They face off against Marion next Tuesday. The boys' soccer team went 1-1 in the Des Moines tournament, losing to Valley High School 1-0 and beating Dowling Catholic in shootouts. On Tuesday, they took another loss against Omaha South 2-1. Their next game is also next Tuesday against Creighton Prep. Last weekend, the track and field team headed to Burke High School for the Omaha Central Invite. Christian Aljakaitis and Alex Van Gerpen bring you more details on how the team did.
On Thursday, Millard West competed at Burke for the Omaha Central Invite. Starting with the field events, senior Sadie Millard jumped a distance of 17 feet and 4 inches and received first place. Just like her, senior Jessie Cobble earned first place in long jump. Cobble was just shy of first place in high jump as well. Senior Layla Hopkins jumped adequately and received 4th place in the high jump. Moving on to the running events, both the boys and girls 4x800 meter finished in first place with ease. Adding on to the distance accolades, junior Isabel Hartnett finished in first for both the mile and 2 mile, and senior Sydney Bodine finished in 3rd for the 2 mile. On the boys' side, senior Sam Kirchner, junior Pierce Marshall, and senior Cole Haith finished in 2nd, 4th, and 5th in the mile respectively.
I'm looking to improve my form and my speed. My racing strategy is to not relax and keep moving forward.
In the 2 miles for boys, senior Christian Aljakaitis and Drew Figueroa finished 3rd and 4th, then right behind them, sophomore Porter Bickley came in 5th.
Also competing well was sophomore Jack Whitty, who received first place in the 800 with a time of 2 minutes flat. Moving on to the sprints, Millard and Hopkins finished in 1st and 2nd place in the 400-meter race. Millard would also just barely finish in 2nd in the 200-meter. On the boys' side, junior Keegan Mountain finished 2nd in his heat and 5th overall in the 100-meter dash.
I've had to step up as one of the short sprinters. There's only a few of us, so someone's got to lead it. I've had to step up in the 4x1 as well, so just kind of got to lead the short sprint guys.
Overall, both teams competed very strongly and both finished in 2nd place.
Overall, I think it was a great day. We don't quite have the depth to compete at the level we want to in terms of having, 15 to 16 super elite level athletes, but we've got a few that are very good, and we've got a ton of girls that work really hard.
This has been Christian Aljakaitis and Alex Van Kerpen for the MWHS Wildcat News.
Yesterday, they took a trip down to Norfolk for another invite. We'll have more details on how they did next week. The girls' tennis team placed very well at the Lincoln tournament. The team of Julia Weigel and Ellie McCormick placed first in 1 doubles, and Ellie Lampy and Reagan Hennessy placed first in 2 doubles. They will travel to Elkhorn South tonight for their next match. Boys golf played the Champions Golf Club on Monday for the Creighton Prep Invite and placed 6th overall. The top scorer for the Wildcats was Reese Rogers, who placed 6th individually with a score of 77. Lastly, boys lacrosse demolished Burke 20-4. Their next game is against Cobra Lacrosse next Wednesday. That's all our sports coverage for this week. We'll see you next time, and back to you, Katie.
Thanks, Miguel. Be sure to purchase your tickets for prom and post-prom, because time is running out and tickets will not be sold at the door.
During the dance, prom king, queen, prince, and princess will be announced. Annabelle Harshbarger and I sat down with the candidates to learn more about them.
Hi, my name is Reed Hazen.
I'm Natalie Hazuka.
I'm Effie Galladay.
I'm Drew Higgins.
Hi, my name's Corey Kozad.
I'm Sienna Davis.
I'm Hope Sheeman.
I'm Liam Glenn.
My name is Tanner Wilbeck.
I'm Lauren Aguirre.
And I'm Luke Hudak.
I'm Alex Karloff.
I'm Izzy Brown.
I'm Ella Hazen.
I'm Mitchell Baird.
I'm Audrey Froloff.
I'm AJ Topper.
I'm Maverick Gore.
And I'm Grace Hofer.
What is the best movie of all time?
My favorite movie is Mamma Mia.
I'd have to go with Shrek. Any of them.
I would have to say Godzilla. I love that movie. It's a good movie.
Hands down, The Lorax. I love that movie.
I would have to say White House Down. It's my favorite movie of all time.
Ferris Bueller, for sure.
Would you rather eat a handful of bees or poison ivy? Probably poison ivy. I hate bees. They're like my biggest fear.
Interesting decision. I feel like it depends if the bees are alive or not.
Oh.
I feel like that plays a big role. If you could like cook the bees,
Maybe they'd be kind of sweet.
yeah, definitely bees. Definitely
I
bees.
might have to change.
If I could prepare them.
Poison ivy, because bees is just like a constant sting.
I would definitely say poison ivy too, because you could eat it like a salad, I feel like.
What is your favorite song of all time?
Probably Youth by Glass Animals.
I don't think I have a favorite song. I think I just like anything that's country.
Complete Mess by 5 Seconds of Summer.
My favorite at the moment is Reckless Driving by Lizzie McAlpine.
I like the song Ultralight Beam because I like to, like when the choir comes on, I like to pretend that I'm the choir.
I don't think I can have a favorite song. I think songs are too good to choose one.
Are there more doors or more wheels in the world?
Wheels, 1000%. If you say Doors, you are a freak.
I agree.
Okay, glad we agree on that one.
Definitely wheels.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's definitely Wheels. If you say
Why'd you
Doors,
agree?
I'm sorry.
Out of here. You're just like
Don't know who raised you, and I feel bad for your parents.
wheels, 100%.
Wheels.
Best and worst ice cream flavors. I think the best is like cookies and cream or cookie dough or just like vanilla. And then the worst, like pistachio. I've never had that, but it just sounds really gross.
I also agree with the cookies and cream. I think the worst flavor is definitely mint. Like mint chocolate's so bad.
What? Best, I think, is cotton candy ice cream.
I like Rocky Road.
And the worst, maybe pistachio. I've never had it, but seems kind of weird.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with that.
Who would win a fight between a bear and a great white shark? I think that kind of depends on if they're in water or land, but my money's on the bear.
Yeah, bear.
In the water, I'm gonna have to go with the great white shark, but on land, I'm gonna have to go with the bear. Don't know how else I'd go down.
Great white shark for sure. The teeth.
No.
Yeah.
I think a bear. I think a bear has a lot more strength.
What would be the best city to live in? Definitely either New York City, because I love like big cities and stuff like that, or Los Angeles, just because there's so much to do there.
I would say Rome.
I feel like LA. LA has like everything, all that you can imagine.
I would say probably Kona, Hawaii.
Voting is now open but closes today, so be sure to cast those votes through the link in your email.
That wraps up our show for this week. As always, follow our social media and visit our website for more daily content.
For the MWHS Wildcat News, this has been Caden Roth
And Caitlin Reynolds. Have a good weekend, Wildcats.